Ready?
That's it.
You recording?
Yeah. I actually feel like. Okay, ready? Okay, so just say like a small inch, like, something like.
What's going on, guys? My name's Sammy. What's going on, guys? I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's been bothering me. The whole thing of like this vlog is gonna be bitch tits, or dealing with bitch tits actually. And I'm just gonna kind of introduce what's it about and like what's going on with questions and stuff like that that I figured I'd come up with just to kind of express. I am not a doctor. I don't prescribe anything. I'm not. All this is based on my own opinion. So if you have any guys out there that want to argue, that are trying to prove me scientifically, like all in all, it's all opinion based on my own knowledge and my own just thoughts and opinions about how gyno works. And yes, I'm going to talk about gyno. A lot of people are going to be shocked. Because all these guys that compete, they don't know how this affects us psychologically and just personally when showing your body. So, let's start.
Alright, so first question is, what exactly is gyno?
What exactly is gyno? Gyno is something that is formed when your estrogen levels or even prolactin levels are just way out of whack. Could come from puberty, could come from obviously your first cycle and not taking proper precautions. People are like, gyno, what is it? And what is it? Well, it's basically obviously what I just explained. And what happens, obviously, you start to notice a tingling sensation in your nipple. It could be the right, it could be the left. Doesn't matter what it is. It's happening. Something's happening. Something's going on. Your body's not liking. Whether you're on cycle and you're not taking AI, start to know the tingling sensation, or you're taking something like. Some people say you can't aromatize from Manavar, but you can. I think you can, and things like that. So once that happens, is if you don't do anything, a couple days later, a couple weeks go by, it gets worse. Most people have common sense and they go on the internet, look up what to take, and they buy it. Whether it's an AI of, whether it's a Remedex, or Romacin, Novadex, or something like that. That's basically what starts, and basically what gyno ends up forming into is a gland. A gland, kind of like how I like to say, like if you plant a seed and you watch it grow, the gland gets bigger, especially if you don't take any precautions. What happens with this is, like, over time, if you don't deal with it, it stays there. And it's formed forever. It's there forever. Yeah, you can suppress it, but once it's grown, it's there. You have gyno. And it can get worse over time, especially if you don't take the right precautions.
Okay, so, and then what is like a major reason for the formation of gyno?
Major? Yeah, puberty can cause it, but the major issue is, say a person takes testosterone, starts like 500 milligrams, but no AI. Especially whether, say it's like fast acting, like a propionate, taking it every other day. You're gonna immediately notice something within 2 weeks. You're gonna see something. And what happens is, that tingling sensation starts to happen, and you start to notice, one, water retention, because it could come from the food you're eating or whatever it is, but water retention, and you start to get a weird tingling, and your nipples get sensitive, very sensitive. Like you can like flick them, and you'll feel like very like unmasculine. Like, trust me, there is guys out there that feel that, and I know that because I can read it off them. A lot of people don't like to admit it, but I'm gonna be real as it gets about this stuff. It's a condition.
And then what do you think is the main reason why a lot of people, when they start their first cycle, don't take
proper precautions
or AIs to make sure that they don't form any sort of gyno?
Well, I'm one of those dumbasses, I guess you can say, because on my first cycle, I didn't even take an AI because I was so excited, and I didn't do much. A lot of people, there is a lot of people out there, I won't deny, they do the research, but I was one of those few in the beginning when I ever started. This was like, guys, like 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. I didn't actually like look in depth at it. I just looked at the positive effects what testosterone did, enhancing protein synthesis, repairing faster, recovering, feeling like you're not a human, like you're a god. That's how, like, obviously you perceive it. But that's with anything. A lot of people don't read what side effects come into play. And every drug you take, whether it's anything, has a side effect. And basically that's how usually how it forms. Or you just have puberty and it gets worse as you get older. Or you're fat. But I would say this is more targeted towards us competitors and us typical juice heads, they like to call. But obviously, that's another topic for another day.
Could you quickly just explain what the proper intake of AIs would be on cycle and then when coming off cycle?
This is opinion, it's not statistic, but on when you're starting your first cycle, a normal cycle everyone starts with is usually 500 milligrams of testosterone, cypionate or enanthate. It's the first ever cycle. You should not start the AI when you first start your first shot, because one, you're just gonna make yourself weaker because your body doesn't even get the time to notice you're getting new testosterone until you get some synthetic. You have to let your body get acclimated to it. So you'd want to start testosterone cypionate on cycle, 500 milligrams. 2 weeks in, you start with your AI. Say you're doing it every 3 days. You're doing Monday and you're doing Thursday. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Third day come by, taking that. Best time to take the AI is 1 milligram of Arimidex right before bed. Because, again, this might be opinion or fact, but I think you should always take your AI at night because your estrogen levels are at the highest at night. Then coming off, what's the dosage you should take? Coming off, usually you switch it up. Instead of using Arimidex, use something a little like stronger, like Novadex, which you take every day. Common things are like you want to run it for at least a month. You do anywhere from 20 to 40 milligrams. Like, in my opinion, what I've done in the past and from past coaches I've had, past people getting opinions, obviously like that. Then you would do it like that. And you'd also take something like, because you want to reset your sex hormone globulin, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think Clomid does that in ACG. Clomid, which is actually going to get your sperm count back up so you can have kids later on in life. And Clomid you'd want to run, I know you have to run it high, not for too long. I think you do it for about 10 days. You run about 100 milligrams, and then this next 10 days you do about 100, about like 50. Yes, you would do half, and then you get off that. But you don't want to start your PCT or AIs. It's exactly how like a cycle works when you get on. You wait a little bit, then you start your AI. You kind of want to give it a week to 10 days to let the testosterone get out of you. Then you start your post-cycle therapy. And then obviously you can throw in some ACG and stuff like that, but that's another topic we can talk about.
And then, kind of like an obvious question, but is Gyno reversible? And if not, what are...
Well, if Gyno's already formed, it's not reversible. If the gland's already there, it's there. The only way is male's got to get a boob job. But instead of getting more boobs, less. But you can't prevent it from growing and actually getting it. If you attack it at the right time, you notice those side effects. A lot of people don't even notice it. They think it's something wrong and they just give it a couple days. They're wondering, oh, maybe my body's just feeling a little weird. And they just let it go. They drag it on and on and on. It's already formed. Once it's there, it's there. Especially if the gland's grown. Look at this baby. I'm joking, but yes, that's true. But at the end of the day, it's like, yes, you have to be that smart person to catch it. But once the gland's there, the best option now is surgical removal of the gland. So, yeah.
Let's say 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, pause it.